Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Paul Farmer here. This is Freedom Project Live, episode 103. And what I like to do on these is just share my experience online. I've been marketing online for 7+ years. Just share what I've learned, share what I continue to learn, marketing tips, mindset tips, and pretty much anything else I throw in there. Okay. So, my intention with this whole thing is to help you get results that can help you create either extra income or even lifestyle income. Okay, so hey Lawson, how you doing, man? Uh, so we just came off 3-day weekend, Memorial Day. Hope you guys had an excellent, very fun-filled Memorial Day. You took some time to honor the ones that paid the ultimate sacrifice, because that's what it's really about, you know. But so I wanted to share just a few things that happened to me during the weekend, and then I'm going to get to my topic for the day. But so over the weekend, my wife's cousin came and visited us. He was staying in Dallas. He's from California, but he was visiting in Dallas with his girlfriend, life partner. I don't know what to call her, but they were visiting. So they came over, and we're kind of close to the Dallas area. So they came over to visit us, and we got to talking. And it turns out that he's a big race fan. Now, I'm going to be, straight with you. I never really paid any attention to racing until I watched this Netflix special about F1 racing. And that's when I started getting interested in it. I've watched the Indy 500. I've done some things like that, but never was really into it. But anyway, he started talking about it. He's a photographer, what he does for a living. And he actually gets to go to the races, not the F1 races, the GT races, and, do the photography. So we got to talking, and I was like, I don't know how it came up, but we started talking about F1, about how Monaco was that morning. We talked about the Netflix series he had actually been watching. I was like, wow, that's really cool. And I just kind of put it out there. I was like, hey, what's really cool is I could watch it whenever I want. Like, they play the recordings. And I'm able to watch any sport I want whenever I want. He's like, really? Well, how you do that? And so I just told him. I told him about how I get over 5,000 plus channels. I turn it on the TV. I just go, hey, look, this is it. Here's the F1 channel. Here's all the different sports channels I get, because he's a big sports fan. And just like that, he's like, I need to get that. Just like that. And I share that story with you because quite literally what I'm sharing with you, how you can get, I've talked about this before, how you can get paid to watch TV, how you can get your TV for free. I share this story because I want to illustrate a point. So there's a lot of programs. Obviously, there's a lot of opportunities online. Like, I've been doing it 7+ years. I've probably done just about everything out there other than, I haven't been in every program, but I've been in just about every type of program there is, minus Forex. I've never done Forex. But other than that, I've done pretty much everything, I'd say, at some point. And what I've discovered is what works best for people and what hangs people up the most. So what works best for people is you need something that's very, very simple. It's not technical. It's not something that's going to cause them any issues whatsoever. So if you have something where there's a big setup process, people are going to get bogged down in that. They just are. So, like, for example, I have a marketing system. I market Power Lead System. I've been with them since 2015. It's a great program. I've been promoting it for, full-time. I've been making full-time income with it for a while now. It's right below under marketing system, I believe. Or no, green check mark right below this video if you want to check that out. I have my own VIP group. I give live training, recorded training, step-by-step, exactly what it is to do with that. But what I find with that is people come into that, and this is going to go right into my topic for the day, but people come into that and immediately it's like, oh no, I got to set something up. Oh no, I got to set something up. And it just throws them off. It really does. So something where like when I saw something, I was like, okay, it's a mass appeal product, TV. Okay, it's TV. Who the hell doesn't know what TV is? If you've been living in a cave for 20 years, maybe you don't know what TV is. I don't know. But even if 20 years you've been in a cave, you still would know what TV is. I mean, it's been around forever, right? So there's no excuse there. But people know what TV is. People know what they're paying for cable. People know what they're paying for satellite. People know what they're paying for. So my cousin, not my cousin, my wife's cousin, was he has YouTube TV. And when I told him 5,000 plus channels, HD channels, it blew his mind. He's like, what? I'm paying for this. I get this, So, and that's not the first experience. I mean, I've had other people tell me this stuff, but let me just go back. Okay. So the reason I think that anyone and everyone with a pulse could share this is because it's TV. It's something you can literally have guests over. You're not trying to sell them anything. You're just like, hey, let's watch a movie. Let's watch a game. Turn it on. You show them what it is. And they're like, wow, what is that? How are you getting that many channels? Boom. Sale made. There's no convincing. You don't have to be a technical genius. You don't have to be a great copywriter. You don't have to be anything. You don't have to have sales skills. I mean, it's literally, hey, look at this. Wow, I get so much more for so much less. Well, that makes sense. I don't know. There are people that aren't getting it, which there's always going to be people that don't get it. But that's just how it is. And that is one of the reasons why the biggest reason for me was I just want to get TV for free. That's the biggest thing for me. I was like, wow, I just want to get my TV for free. I don't have to pay for it. And I'm able to do that. And I'm able to create extra money or life-changing income, which I intend to do with this opportunity. So either you can jump on, run with me, or watch me, because I typically bring in, just so you know, in a month, during a month, I typically bring in at least 30 people a month. At least 30 people a month. Not in the TV. The TV is new, so I'm just getting that going. But over a month's time, in what I'm doing, it's like 30 plus. Okay, so if you're not doing that, if you're not there yet, okay, I know how to get you there. I know what's required to get there. If you're past that, then you don't need me, So anyway, that's the whole story right there about the TV deal. I mean, it's just so simple. They got offline materials. They do webinars. Like, I don't reinvent the wheel. One thing I've learned is when you're, I've learned from an 8-figure marketer, Ray Higgin. I listen to him every single day. Rink Makers. If you're not in that, get in that. I mean, honestly, it's a great group. But what I've learned from him is you don't want to reinvent the wheel. You want to keep it as simple as possible. You want to use the tools the company provides, because when you start, and I didn't know this before, like, it makes complete sense to me though, because before I would be like, okay, I need to create my own stuff. Like, I need to stand out from the crowd. But here's the problem with that. Like, if you do that, then it's like, okay, that's great for you, but what about your team? And on the marketing system, I could create a funnel and have a share code. I could do that. But still, that bogs down, because it's not you in the funnel. It's someone else. It's me. So people are going to look at me as the leader, not you, if that makes sense. But but what I've learned is you use your company's default tools. You teach people to keep it as simple as possible. And that's how you get duplication. And that's like a far cry from what I was taught when I was first getting going, and even midway through my journey, even last year. It's like, oh, you gotta be positioned as a leader. You gotta do all this stuff. And yes, that does pay off. That does help. But when it comes to duplication, and when you really look at it, like, that breaks down, because people typically can't do what you do. And if they don't think they could do what you do, they're not going to do it. But if you keep it simple, so like for the TV thing, all I do is I invite people to the webinars. We have like 4 webinars a week. I invite people to the webinars. I have a little video there. It's like 5 minutes long. And that's all I really do. I just invite them to the webinars. I mention it on my videos. I tell stories about it. I mean, it's not like anything crazy. So And again, you don't have to do this offline. Online, they have offline materials. They have door hangers I don't know if they have postcards, but they have business cards, flyers, just everything you could ever need to go off and promote it if you're not like an online person. Like I like to do online more than anything. So I don't really do a lot of offline. The only offline I'm doing is just kind of showing the product. Like I've said before, like I had it on my phone in a restaurant, and I had people come and buy and asking me about it because it promotes itself. So that's something everybody and anybody can do. Okay, so that's all I'm saying about that. Now, my topic today is on following directions. It's following directions. It's something I would say the majority of people online, one of the biggest reasons they struggle so much is I don't know if they're unable to follow instructions, but they choose not to follow instructions. Okay. And I'm not trying to offend anybody here. This is a fact. I watch it every day. Like I said, I have a VIP group. I have in my VIP group, one of the first things I send my team, anybody that comes and partners with me, I send them a fast start guide. On this fast start guide, there are 5 videos. They're pretty short. They're no more than 20 minutes at the max. Most are like 5 minutes. Okay. So I have an intro video talking about kind of the overview. The next video goes into how do you set up your funnels, step by step, exactly what to do. Me on video, showing you exactly how to do it. The next one is how do you get paid traffic? The next one is how do you get free traffic? One strategy to get free traffic. Now I have more than that, but in the fast start, that's all I got. And then the last one is going and attending the company trainings that are done each week, live trainings. Okay. So that is my fast start. So this is what I get back typically. Okay. So I would say out of, I don't even know the number. Let's just say 50. Out of 50 people, one person will follow those instructions and go get results. The rest will come to me with questions that have nothing to do with the fast start. They want to set up their own funnel when they've never done it before. They want to do anything but what is listed, what I have been doing, what creates results for me and has been creating results for me for quite some time. They want to do anything but that. Okay. And that is why, and I don't want to sound like I'm arrogant or anything, but that's why I get results and the people that don't get results don't, if they're taking action, whatever, because I put together proven strategies that work. And when you follow those strategies, they work. They're not complicated. They work. So following directions, and I've heard, like I said, I heard Ray Higgins say the same things. Like people don't follow directions. Simple instructions, like they skip ahead. Following instructions is a skill you have to learn. But yeah, that's like one of the biggest issues I see is people don't follow simple instructions. They want to skip steps. They want to skip ahead. They want to do things that are way more complicated than they need to be. They want to do things that are not income producing activities, anything but what is listed in the instructions. But the ones that do follow the instructions go and get results. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know if it's just human nature. We just don't want to follow instructions, but that's how you start getting ahead. You got to follow what is being taught, especially if it's proven. Don't skip ahead. Don't try to overthink it. But that's what I get. And I think one of the issues, though, is when you blend internet marketing and more networking, like connecting with people, that's where people get hung up because they're like, I want to do the online marketing part, but I don't want to do the connecting. And you got to do both. There's no way around doing both. Around it, you have to do both. You have to be getting a connection somehow and connecting with people. People join people, So if you're only, and there are some guys that can go out and they can only run a funnel. But I mean, these guys are, they build their know, like, and trust through their funnel. That's what they do. But even then, they have a connecting, a place to connect with. So I saw one guy, he set up a funnel, top earner guy. He set up a funnel, but the funnel goes to a strategy session. That's what it goes to. So what is the strategy session? The strategy session is the strategy session is the connection, right? The human connection. That's what that is. So there you go. So you can use a funnel, but ultimately you want to be able to connect with people, get them to know, like, and trust you, right? And that's how you get conversions. That's how you get people to come into your business. If you don't have that in there, if you're trying to get away with it, it just doesn't work very well. I mean, you can probably get sales, but people aren't going to stick around. And I don't know. I haven't seen that work too well. So everything I've ever seen work, maybe like, I know a guy, I won't mention his name, but he pretty much just runs traffic to a funnel. He creates a funnel. He puts himself in the funnel. Now pay attention to that. He puts himself in the funnel. and then, so he's the leader in the funnel, right? He's the guy. He's the man in the funnel that people are connecting with. And, he runs traffic to his funnel. That's all he does. He doesn't really do any of the other stuff. And that works for him because he put himself in the funnel. Okay. So, I cut all over the place today. But that was the main thing. Like, you just got to learn to follow instructions. It's so important. And for those of you that either are on my team or coming into my team, wanting to get started with me, I have a fast start guide. I highly, highly recommend going through that. I took my time and I really thought, like, okay, so where are people having trouble? What needs to happen? Okay, what do we need to do to get results with this? And I've stripped everything down, has made it as simple as I possibly can. So just go through that. If you have questions, come to me, of course, but that's it. Okay, so thanks, guys. I appreciate you. If you want to check out the marketing, green check mark below that is if you want to get your TV for possibly free, click that, check that out. All right. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm a real guy, and I'll talk to you soon.